those are the notes I had about this. Anything else that we need to discuss? I'll start anything on behalf of the people.
Your Honor, I appreciate the court taking the time today to get some concrete plans in place for the next hearing and understand the court's questions with regards to process. Your Honor, we have continued to consult with the victims throughout these steps, and we do believe at this point that we can recommend a sentence of between 20 to 30 years when the court is ready to reconsider. This was not an accident, Judge. As we heard, and as the jury...
No, Ms. King, no. You can issue your press release. This is a scheduling hearing. That sort of stuff that you're just saying is exactly the sort of stuff that you ought to be saying with the defendant on the line present, not in his absence.
I appreciate that, Judge. Thank you.
All right. Is there anything else? And I apologize for interrupting, except to the extent that I felt it was necessary.
I appreciate you running your courtroom, Judge.
All right. Anything on behalf of the defendants?
This is Leonard Martinez again. Your Honor, I understand and appreciate the court's comments as it relates to witnesses for this hearing. I am concerned, and I understand the victim's rights, and there's requirements with that. I am concerned that it's going to be, and I wasn't there at December 13th, but it's going to be reiterating what has already been done from the victims, and concerned that if they have a right and they reiterate, this court has already heard.
Your Honor, I guess I kind of share Mr. Martinez's concerns. The issue with this hearing is really whether or not there are sufficient extenuating circumstances such that the court should reduce the sentence. And if there are additional witnesses that might add to those extenuating circumstances, I would like the opportunity to present the witnesses. I was there, and I understand what the court heard, and I understand the court doesn't want to go through what we went through with the previous sentencing. But if there are other extenuating circumstances that the court may not be made aware of without some kind of testimony, I think it would be relevant to the court's decision.
All right, two things about that. First, it's not a question whether I want to go through. I'll go through what I have to go through. What I was saying is I don't want to put other folks through that unnecessarily. So that's an important distinction. But related to that, I would encourage the people to talk to the victims and tell them that this is a different proceeding and they don't have to reiterate things they've already told to me. But what they have a right to under the VRA, I think is very specific. It talks about sentencing and resentencing. Is they have a right to talk to me about the resentencing, what their position is on that. And that's what I would hear from them about. Before I'm going to allow any type of witnesses, you're going to have to convince me, Mr. Colgan, in your filing on the 10th, that that's procedurally contemplated under the statute, because I don't think it is. But I'll keep an open mind about that, in part because the statute has not been expounded upon. upon through the Court of Appeals and other directions, as far as I can tell. What is that process? I do agree with you that the language of it is finding exceptional circumstances, but I don't know necessarily what those would be from a testimonial standpoint. And I'm not going to give you an opportunity to evade this 35B requirement. In other words, this is going to be a reconsideration hearing based on 18.1.3406. I've been hearing, because I'm not immune to all the publicity, I've been hearing a lot of stuff about what I would consider proportionality type of arguments. Well, that would be a 35B filing if you want some sort of proportionality review by the court. I don't think that that is what is contemplated under the statute. You can disabuse me of that belief through your filing on the 10th. All right. If there's nothing else, then I'm going to end our status conference by ending the WebEx meeting, and look forward to receiving these briefs by January 10th, hearing on the 13th. If there are any developments on the writ, I'd appreciate knowing about that as soon as possible. And otherwise, anticipate seeing everybody in person on that day.
Thank you,
I'm going
Judge.
to end my conference. Thank you very much. Please stay safe, everyone, and enjoy the rest of the holidays.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, I'll be right back with District Attorney King. Just hold on.
You want to move the podium or keep it where it is?
It's okay, guys. This looks good to me, but
Because I have a dark background over there, so that's, if you guys want to move it, go ahead. How about if I go in first?
check.
What's up to you guys?
Less people I mean, I would back out a little bit. Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Does that work for you?
I think so.
Oh,
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, mic check.
Testing 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Testing 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Mic check. Testing 1 2 3.
Does that sign behind him
Yeah,
come
I'm
off
grabbing.
in conference?
Hey, it's Eric. Calling this number 7.
Just pull it down.
Yeah, that wrapped up. So
Do you need me to do
we're gonna
that?
start streaming.
I'll be right back. You guys can hang tight.
Very good. How's the quality coming out of there?
Hey Lori, this is Noah. I wonder if you can see me and I can give you a mic check if you want to. I'm at the Jeffco Sheriff's Office.
Check. Mic check. 2, mic check. 3, check.
Did you get that mic check?
Yeah. That's what we get.
Okay.
Yeah.
You want to give me mic check? Test. Just, you got me okay? Perfect. This is the Jeffco Sheriff's Office for the I-70 truck driver. I would sign it now, because they're probably gonna have
That's why you paid big bucks
I
for a
know,
lunch here.
that's what I figured.
Do you want us to move this table too?
The table doesn't bother me, but.
Okay, yep, no, no worries.
Thank you.
Absolutely. That's as high as it's gonna go there.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
You good, Ed?
Either that or. Yeah, we can do it. Probably everybody else probably taking off, right?
All the way.
We can probably do it, right, because everybody else will be taking off.
Yeah, yes, it's too bad.
Welcome to the mid-30s. It's fun. Just waiting for my hips and knees to go out like, just kidding.
That's no shred.
Do you guys mind if I ask her to do a sound check when she gets here?
Thanks. She's just down the hall, so she was didn't know we had found this way shortly.
All right, who has the first question?
No questions. The board should take questions.
Yeah, no questions, no comment, no questions. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I'll ask what you have. Sure. There we go.
I'll wait until after.
Are you sure?
Yeah, 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 I'm fine.
Okay, cause you're not gonna miss him.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay, sweet. So fast. Never mind.
I knew we'd run into him in the hall if they were headed this way, so they're headed this way.
All right, DA King will be in shortly. She's going to make a brief statement and won't be taking any questions at this time. All right?
Do you have a reason she's not taking questions? Like, what should we say?
Because there's a pending judicial hearing, we can't make any comments ethically about the case.
Good morning, everyone.
I'm just sound levels.
Yeah, you want to test anything else?
Could you say just a few words, please?
Sure. I appreciate you guys coming out today. I'm going to go ahead and take my mask off, actually, if that changes anything
Yep,
for the
you're
moment.
good.
Okay. I'm sorry for the inconvenience of coming over here. This statement will be brief. I appreciate the sheriff for providing us a space. Is everyone ready? All right. My name is Alexis King. I'm the district attorney here in the 1st Judicial District. We just met online with the court and counsel on the Aguilera-Mederos case regarding the motion for resentencing filed by my office. We have another court date that is now scheduled. It is set for Thursday, January 13th at 1:30. Barring a COVID issue, we expect to be in person. The defense requested more time and the court had questions for both of us. We'll be providing more information prior to that court date. Y'all, this is an exceptional case and it requires an exceptional process. In finding its verdict, the jury recognized the extreme nature of the defendant's conduct, which warrants a prison sentence. The defendant caused the death of 4 people, serious bodily injury to 2 others, and the impact of his truck caused damage to many more in our community. Knowing all of that, my office started the resentencing process the same week the defendant was sentenced, so that the court could consider an alternative sentence that was not bound by mandatory sentencing structures. Given the conduct and in consultation with the victims and survivors, we will likely be recommending a sentence of between 20 to 30 years when the court is ready to go to that hearing. We have and will take the necessary steps for the court, who is the most informed about what happened in this case, to strike the appropriate balance when considering a new sentence. I understand and appreciate the frustration of those wanting an immediate result. I do. But I ask for your patience as we take steps provided for in law as we consider a new sentence. I look forward to communicating more freely once this case has reached its conclusion. Thanks so much, everybody. Take it easy. Have a great day.
Thank you, everybody, for coming out today. If you have any questions, you can send them to me via email about process.